Krishna. Bless. So we want to thank everybody very much for coming tonight. And we have a very special guest with us tonight. This is Ranga Kapoor. And Ranga Kapoor is a world famous speaker. He travels all over the world and speaks. He's a graduate from IIT in Mumbai. And he's the director of the BRC, the Bhaktivedanta Research Center in Kolkata. Which now has centers in Pune and Vrindavan and Jagannath Puri. And he's also in charge of the Govardhan Eco Village, which has gotten so many different national awards and things. He's a very special speaker. So I hope everybody can give him full attention tonight. Can you say something to them in Hindi? Is every Shakali Buju? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Today, India has a population of 130 crore, out of which we have 27 crore in the school system from the first to the 12th standard, and around 3 crores in the colleges, and with such a large population of students, unfortunately, India does not have a formal way of introducing our children and youth to any kind of spiritual curriculum. And therefore, ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, tries to facilitate that vacuum in our education system. And you will be also aware that out of these 27 crore who are in the school system, only 12% of Indians who enter into the first standard, only 12% of them enter into college. There is an 88% dropout of students right from first standard to 12th standard. And therefore, to get higher education in India, especially college education in India, is also a privilege which only a few are having because of various economic, social and family factors. So therefore, I see that many of you are studying in colleges, so you are amongst the privileged 12% of India's population who is actually having access to college education. And therefore, you have to realize the value of the human form of life and what you can do to transform your consciousness by which your choices will transform this world. Today, the world population is at 7.6 billion, out of which 31% of the world population is Christians, 23% is Muslims, 16% is agnostics, atheists, 15% are Hindus, and 8.5% of the world population are Buddhists, which shows that a wide majority of the world population is connected to some kind of religion. लोग धर्म को पालन कर रहे हैं. Therefore, why you can do PhD in religion in any country in the world, but you cannot do PhD in religion in India. पूरे विश्व में एक ही देश है जहाँ आप धर्म में पीएचडी नहीं कर सकते, वो है भारत। So therefore, Srila Prabhupada wanted International Society for Krishna Consciousness to create re-spiritualization in society. And that begins with the youth. I will tell my story only. When I was in IIT. So at that time, most people dream to enter into IIT. When I was there were only 5 IITs. Now there are more than 15-20 IITs. Annual intake was only 1,500 students. Now they take 15,000 students. So, at that time when I was in 3rd year, one of my friends, he was in, top of the class, but he tried to commit suicide. And I was pretty shocked, because why should someone inside IIT want to kill himself? Because people are desperate to get inside. But somehow his suicide attempt failed, because he was trying to hang himself from a rope, and that rope broke. Yeah. And say, लटक गया, रस्सी टूट गई, तो बच गया. So I asked him, why you try to commit suicide? So he said, every time in my college I am getting gold medal. This exam, I got the silver medal. I came second, and I could not handle it. That was the revelation to me, that it is not just external circumstances which define your experience, but there is an expectation within which actually creates the experience. And then in the same batch, I had 4 or 5 of my friends who were in that same batch. They failed in 4 or 5 subjects. And I thought they would be in anxiety. But they had no tension. They were moving around campus peacefully, blessing everybody, as if nothing has happened. So I asked them, यार 4 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हो गए, बेशरम तरीके घूम रहे हो यहाँ वहाँ, शर्म नहीं आती? बोले शर्म किस बात की? हमारा तो फिलॉसफी सिंपल है, कॉलेज में घुसना अपना काम है, निकालना कॉलेज का काम. Our philosophy is to enter college is our job, to take us out is college job. Then I realized the mind plays a major role, and expectation is something which is generated from the mind. And in your education system, this one element is missing. What is the mind? What are the desires which are generated in the mind? What are the expectations which come up within the mind? I have visited ICUs where I have seen people in senior management positions in corporations getting heart attack and getting admitted in ICU. And when I asked them, why did the heart attack happen? They say, I was expecting a promotion, but someone younger to me who joined after me, he got promoted. So this scenario is not taught in the business school. This has nothing to do with the person's competence, because both kind of people may be very competent. But the reality is such that certain people may be given opportunities, and if others are expecting it, It is against their desires, against their expectations. The gap between expectation and reality creates stress and anxiety. Therefore, as the world is growing in technology, people are coming closer through technology. The world has become one global family. But interestingly, the stress levels are also growing. 300 million people across the world are experiencing symptoms of stress and anxiety. In India alone, 370 students are committing suicide every single day. So what are we doing about it? The number of gadgets being sold is increasing. The number of employment opportunities are increasing. The number of educational institutions are increasing. Literacy rate is increasing. Employability is increasing. But along with that, all of these anxieties indicate that apart from training the students in skill, we have to train the students also in managing their will. And therefore, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, we had Arjuna, who was skill personified. Arjuna was a gold medalist in Dronacharya Institute of Technology. Nobody could beat Arjuna. Arjuna had never lost a battle. Arjuna's success record is 100%. Again, Arjuna कभी एग्जाम में फेल हुआ क्या? ये फेल नहीं, कभी कुछ नहीं, नंबर 1 पे चला. Expert in his field. So Arjuna, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, as he is standing and watching, he is seeing his enemies, Duryodhana, Dushasan, he is feeling inspired to fight. And then when he sees Bhishma and Drona, he becomes nervous. So Dronacharya taught him how to fight. Dronacharya taught him what is the meaning of fighting. Arjuna knew how to fight, Arjuna knew what to fight for. But Arjuna did not know why to fight. Because his why till that stage was dependent on his swarupa, his svabhava and his swadharma. He knew I am a warrior, my swadharma is to fight, my svabhava, my nature is to fight. But when Bhishma came in front, Arjuna got confused. That should I respect my teacher Drona? Should I love my grandfather Bhishma? Or should I kill him? All of us will go through such situations where we will become confused based on certain changes in the circumstances. Can you speak in Hindi? Okay. अर्जुन खड़े हैं यहाँ पर कुरुक्षेत्र में और वो सोच रहे हैं कि क्या करना. लड़ने के लिए आए, विचार करके आए, प्लानिंग करके आए. और अर्जुन का उत्साह बुलंद था कि सबको मार के ही निकलूंगा. जैसे आप लोग के एग्जाम के हॉल में हुए वहां में घुसते हो, सोच के कि बाजी जीत के आऊंगा. अर्जुन के पास धनुष बाण के, आपके पास पेन और लैपटॉप रहते हैं. अर्जुन ने भीष्म और द्रोण को देखा, आप क्वेश्चन पेपर को देखो और उसको देखकर घबरा जाते हैं, ये क्या है। अर्जुन को लगा कि भीष्म और द्रोण के साथ क्या करें, इसलिए अर्जुन के पैर डगमगा हो गए। वे पथों से शरीर में रोम हर्षित जाए कोई गांधी व संसदे हस्ता त्वचे को करी देते। तो अर्जुन के रोमांच खड़े हो गए, अर्जुन का मुख परिशिष्ट हो गया, उसका देह कंपित होने लगा। अर्जुन तनाव के सारे चिन्ह प्रदर्शित करने लगे, तनावग्रस्त हो गए, आपकी भाषा में टेंशन में आ गया, अर्जुन का टेंशन बढ़ गया। और उसके बाद कृष्ण ने उनको पूछा क्या करोगे। अर्जुन कहता भिखारी बनूंगा, छोड़ के चला जाएगा। ये अर्जुन का भाव है कि नहीं। तो कई बार परिस्थिति को देखकर हम लोग घबरा जाते हैं और युद्ध को छोड़कर जाना चाहते हैं। हम लोग सबके साथ ऐसा होता है, कई बार होता है। ऐसे मेरा एक मित्र था, वो मैं एक बार जा रहा था अपने मित्र के साथ, मुंबई में एक बहुत बड़ी बिल्डिंग है और बिल्डिंग के बाहर लिखा था सुख शांति अपार्टमेंट, नीचे लिखा था अंडर रिपेयर एंड मेंटेनेंस। हम लोग सुख शांति पाने के लिए निकलते हैं, लेकिन लगता है कि सुख उस मोड़ पर है, वहां जाते हैं तो गायब हो जाते हैं, फिर कोई कहता है अगले मोड़ पर है। इस तरह हम लोग ढूंढते ढूंढते निकलते चलते हैं। इसलिए तो अर्जुन के साथ घटना घटी, ये बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण घटना है, क्योंकि अर्जुन ने अपने सामने उस परिस्थिति को देखकर वो आशाहीन हो गए, वो आशा खो गए। तो इसलिए मंदिर क्यों बनाए गए हैं और विद्यालय और विश्वविद्यालय क्यों बनाए गए हैं, दोनों में अंतर है। भारत में आज लगभग 60,000 यूनिवर्सिटी हैं, 15 लाख के ऊपर स्कूल हैं, इतने शैक्षणिक हमारे पास संस्थाएं हैं और 20 लाख मंदिर हैं। मंदिर में और इन विद्यालय और विश्वविद्यालय में कौन सा बड़ा अंतर है। ये सारे शैक्षणिक संस्थाएं आपके स्किल को बढ़ाते हैं और मंदिर आपके दिल को बढ़ाते हैं। इन शिक्षा संस्थाओं में आपकी निपुणता को बढ़ाया जाता है और मंदिरों में आपकी आशा शक्ति को कम प्रबल करते हैं। तो इसलिए मंदिरों में जब आप आते हो और आप आध्यात्म को आपके अध्ययन के साथ जोड़ते हो तो आपका स्किल और विजडम दोनों तगड़ा हो जाता है। आपका अध्ययन और आपका अध्यात्म दोनों आपको मानसिक शक्ति प्रदान करता है और आपको हर परिस्थिति में चुनौतियों का सामना करने का एक साहस मिलता है, आपके अंदर शक्ति प्राप्त होती है। इसीलिए ये भारत की विशेषता है कि हम लोग हजारों वर्षों से भगवान